one and you look at quantities by the price of A and 2, where A has a two-body operator, and you want to control this using the reverse binom of A with the coefficient duality argument. Okay, so now for any A operator, you can write this like the sum of A and Q, then you get the UN cancel UN, UV cancel UQ, and so here is the coefficient defined by UN, and A, UV, so you just write A using the decomposition of an orthonormal space of the reverse space. Okay, so when we come to this, then it's nothing but the sum of N and Q, and we get A and Q, and we get AM. So AB data, AQ data, and N V size. Where we assume that the V size stay for you right? So now we want to apply the knowledge from this analysis to control this form. So at the first sight, you see that is not so obvious because as we discussed before, then we are actually happy with odd number, either 1 or 3, we had a good bit how to do. If you want to use Young inequality here for even number, it's not so strong. The odd one is much better. And the idea here is if you get a 4, this uneven, then you can split 4 equal to 1 or 2. And you write it's like the sum of two odd number and try to do what we know here. For first for 1, and then second for the 3. Okay, so we just try to apply the two inequalities there. Okay, so you translate and write the price of A and 2 in this form. So first, let me do the Cauchy drop or even triangle inequality. So we get the sum of. So let me move the B from the right to the left, right? And then we get the sum of B, and then we get the AB, the B size. Okay, and then we get the sum of M and Q of A and BQ, and we get the AQ of M and N. Okay, so at the moment that triangle or Cauchy drop inequalities, and now we use the bound for the second guy, for the third one. So this one should be smaller than sum of B of AB size, and we get square root 5n, and then inside we get sum of A and BQ square. But here when we consider this quantities, and we think of the B like a frozen variable, only M BQ runs, so corresponding here with M and BQ. Okay, and okay. So then we get square roots. We get this one with the square root. So the reason is when you write this, right, and if you visualize the square, then this just one term from the left hand side here, and here we get the sum of two guys, any of them actually non-negative, then you just ignore one, and you get back. Okay, and for the last step, then you only need to do one more Cauchy drops by B. You do this, you get the sum of the B of AB B side square, and now we get the 5n, and the sum of now we get a 4 guys or variables, and BQ square. Okay, and we are in the n for the space very small n, and looking together, you find out this equal to pi n, and with the not. Right, and simply mimics this analysis. Right. Similarly, we can move fast. If we look at the relevant operator K here, then we can solve out for any vector phi, and if you do phi, and then the sum over K, Q, K, K, Q, K, V, delta, Q, delta. If you do absolute values, then it's more than 5 times, and then the sum over K, square in size, and you get the phi and E plus 1. Okay, so here again the NE is the operator of the summation. We use the difference to the combinable. So the sum of B when B outside the combinable, the sum of AB delta when B inside. Okay, so actually you can drive up limit, but not exactly the same. You need to participate the 2V here like the 4A, and you need to deal with the order of the creation and analyzation slightly different. This is the reason why you need to by some commutator to get the number 1 here. But this doesn't change anything for our purpose. Okay, and now given this inequality, we can get the bubble for the number of isolation by the Born-Boe argument. Okay, so by Born-Boe argument. To be more precise, if I do the derivative of about the form 5 and then E to the T AF and then N E and E to the minus outside here and T to the AF and then phi. Right, so if we consider this quantity, then you get the phi, and when you move the derivative inside, you get the E to the minus T F, and then you get a commutator of E and KF. E to the T KF. Right? And I expect you then the KF is a nice behavior with the NE to the commutator here, you get a factor 2 out there, and then you just need to replace the minus side by the plus side. So this is basically like this, and then if you do that value here, then it's a smaller than 2 times 5 E to the minus T like that, and then this guy here you get something like the sum of K BQ and BK B delta BKQ delta, and you get alpha. You get E to the T like that. In absolute value. Right? So this time and then the conjugation, but we can put everything in absolute values. It's fine. And then we use the inequality of the circle here. Right? So this is equal to constant factor, and just ignore this. Then we need to have the sum over K of operator K in the inverse norm square. But apart from this, then we get the phi, and then E to the T AF, and then we get the NE to T as well. Okay, so this means that we can control the derivative of this quantity by itself. Okay, there is some annoying with the plus 1 here, but if you like, you can just simply put plus 1 here, right? And when you run the diagram, then the number 1 here does not do anything with the commutator, and you get the real form, and you can apply the Born-Boe. So the Born-Boe telling you about phi B minus T F and plus 1 E to the T F phi should be smaller than the 1, the same values, 70 to the 0, and you by our exponential of some constant, and the sum of K of the reverse midpoint of the relevant operator. Okay, so the conclusion from those analysis is the fact that if we had a good way to control the inverse bit norm, say if it's finite uniformly on the parameter, then everything is good on the one. Okay, so just another remark that the fact that we need to deal with the inverse bit norm of the operator not so surprising. This also known for the example bosonic features. Bosonic case. Then we also know that the function of the form exponential, and the sum of some k in q and b better and q better when you apply to the right consonants. So this state has a finite number or finite expectation of particle number. This non-gift. The operator takes the and this typically referred to as the self-styling condition. So more precisely under this condition, then we can do that that operator as we define unitary operator even in infinite dimensions, and we get everything we want for the standard programmable information. And here we have exactly the same thing in the quasi-bosonic features. But that we need to work a little bit because now the B is not exactly like bosonic, but this observation as we know to do what we want. Okay, so in the last step in the proof, then you need to explain how to actually control the inverse bit norm as operator. So this is actually not so obvious because the definition of the kernel K even explicit, but quite still quite complicated. We try to go to the detail now. So the last step. Sum is right here, right? So remember that the K is an operator. L2, LK, and again the LK is the rule defined by any B outside from the ball. That we manipulate inside. Okay, so to do this, then I need two estimates. So the first one is the following. First, we need a one-wide estimate that AK in Q. Any matrix element here should be controlled up to a constant by in KF, and then we get KF, and lambda KB, plus lambda KQ. Right. So here, this is equal to 1/2 is square support copy and so again the difference of the kinetic energy when you come from inside to outside the formula. So for that, then we use the definition of K. And the trick is, so if you remember, we define K as a log of some operator, and it's not a bit scary. But maybe at the very first step, then just look at the definition of the T of the 2K. For that, we get a pretty clean formula. So this is defined by the S to minus 1/2 K and S plus 2 times of the V. Just bring one projection here, and you get a SK to mark. Okay, so this one, one another layer. 2 times, I need to recross 1K, and then I need to do the 1/2, and then above from this I get an SK to minus 1/2, SK to minus 1/2. Okay, so it's a bit long there, but this is not so difficult to calculate because SK is a diagonal matrix. We run by the parameter and the V, the vector here also very straightforward. So this is equal to VKF over 2 times under 2 pi 3 and KF, and then you do the element 1 everywhere. So this is something we can calculate explicitly, and if you just expand this one using the 2 very helpful formula.
So did you define the square root of V at, or is the because the projection you should get V the
right, thanks. Because thinking about the projection, then it should have a square. And then V square will be the head case. Okay, then this is something you can analyze. So precisely, you can use the following formula. So for any positive operator A, first we need to deal with the square root here. So this one not dangerous. The diagonal thing you can calculate, then you can put inside. But then afterwards you need to do the square root there. It's not so comfortable. But when you can expand the square root, you see the part of this, you write like 2 over pi, and integration from 0 to pi, and A over A plus T squared. So this whole for any self-exhaustion operator and non-negative. So the result is if you can verify this for any non-negative real number by spectral theorem, you get this for any operator self-exhaustion. And then you see this, you can get a pretty nice expression for this operator. And this tells you that if you look at the matrix element -1, for example, have this in the Q, then first this non-negative, and second this controlled by what we want. So let me call this the T of BQ, where this equal to BK F over KF. V okay, and then after having this one, then still we need to do something to transfer the information from the kernel of that guy to the kernel of the K, right? And so the first ride is pretty easy. So just think after standard answer. So if you want to go from the 2K, you want to go to the exponential of 2K to the 2K, right? Then of course you need to write this like the log of 1 plus, so after E, after 2K and 4. I mean, so and then let's us call this as S. And then you just try to do Taylor expansion, assuming that everything is nice. But then it's not so nice there because then you would see so the first order, then you get S, this looks good. But then the next order you get S square over 2, right? And then plus something, so you get a plus and minus, plus minus. And then the general sign not so nice for us. But then the trick to avoid that is we will not really play with the 2K, but we play with the minus of 2K, and then you can change the sign. Right? So this is not correct. But we can use instead. So instead of this one, you can translate the proof to the other guy. To 0, so smaller than 1 minus E minus 2K and Q, and by the same way, then it's still smaller than that guy. Okay, but now this is the better because now it seems like that if we look at for the 2K, we can write it by the minus of the log. And then we get a 1 minus of e to the minus. Okay. So I'm sorry for many minus sign, but now this really works for us because we call this the S, and then or a tubular to be safe. Then if you insert this formula, you see that on the right hand side we get S tubular plus S to the square of the 2 and the higher order. So the good thing is now we see all of the plus side on the right hand side there, right? And we know that S tubular in terms of the kernel is actually not negative and controlled by that. Right? So if now we apply this to the kernel, EQ, right? And we get the same kernel EQ there, but all of the kernel actually not negative. Right? So if you want, you can just ignore some of them and get the bubble for the 2k minus. Right. So this got the lower bubble here, and then if you now if you use again the fact that all the bubble actually non negative, then you try to get the reverse. So this is a bit non-trivial, but I just mentioned maybe the key power that you think about how fit does. So here another bar. And you have right using also the capacity of the function t to this guy, so 1 minus e to now to the t here and then to the and the same you also get a complexity if you apply with the e to the tk here, but we don't like this very much. So combine some bar like that, and then the complexity that you get some kind of uniform behavior, and you can actually do the bar. Okay, so then the next one. The next one I need to insert on YS line there to control the reverse speed. No. Okay, so now we can simply bound that line. Right, then this is the smaller one, the sum over k and sum over bq in the room here, and we get the bq square over k square and 1 over k b under k. Okay, so we want to do this to be over 1, and to get this, then we need to use the lemma. Actually, that's box. Which ones must go box side, and rest around 19. So they prove that 1 over kb when b belongs to Lk, this is actually smaller than 0.42. So in the analysis, actually they do this with for small k, but about for uniformly in case. Okay, so let me try to tell you I want to justify us. Okay, so on the left hand side, you need to look at the following quantities. We get the b square minus b minus k square, right? From this guys, and you need to add the sum when b outside and b minus k inside. Okay, so this is not so nice. And if you can reply the sum by the integration, then you get some chance. But here we need to cut out the discrete sum and then translate from the sum to the integration cost something. And then you need to justify whenever you can do the uniform comparison with the dimension. But here I'm not doing that. I just do the explicit calculation here. So the trick is instead of doing this, then I write this like the double sums. The double sum of L, and then the double sum of 1 over L with a constraint that L equal to B square minus B minus A square. Right? So this is the equality, but this help us to think. And now we need to count how many B we have with a constraint of 1 over L. Okay, so this is actually a question in number theory. Very elementary number theory actually. And for fit L, for given L, and how many B you can find with a following constant that B actually bigger than KF, and this bigger than equal to B minus K square minus B. So we given L and K. And at the same time, we ask that B square minus B minus K square equal to L. Okay? So in this something that most of you can do, but let me just explain a very ideal proof in the simple case, where I restrict myself to the situation when K of K1 and L. And then you can argue that in the general case, to some rotation you need to care carefully, and you can map this to this simple case. Okay, so in this situation, then now we can rewrite the two conditions. Like now let me write B equal to B1, B2, B3. Right? Then this should be equal to so now we get B square. Then the first condition that we set keep like us. So I get that B1 square, B2 square, B3 square, bigger than KF square, and now this bigger than B1 minus K1 square, B2 square, B3 square. Right? And the second one we get B1 square subtract from B1 subtract from K1 square. Because with this specific form, then the contribution from B2 and B3 just cancel in the second aspect. Okay, so this meant that somehow we separate it into two different problems. Here the L only depends on the second guy, right? And then we can say that for any given L. And you don't have many choices of B1, L and A1, so we have only say at most two choices. And now we need to count how many choices of B2 and B3 which given B1. And then for B1 also, and A1. And now we need to ask about how many choices of B2, B3. We certify the class at the S. So now we get a B2 square, B3 square, should be bigger than X square, or B1 square, and at the same time, it's smaller than B1 square, or A1, B1 and K1 square, or the other way around. Okay, yeah, this is one. Put a KF now in the other way. KF square subtract for B1 so this has been nothing but the number in the envelopes are two given right here. So let's from this R2 and this R1. And you ask about the integer number here, 1, 2. This quantity I want to think of is like 2 square and 1. And we ask about okay, and to calculate the number of the integer form in the envelopes, and very natural way to do is you calculate the number of integer inside inside the circle operator R2 and subtract for the one inside the circle R2. So this quantity more or less the same with the number of integer one. Let me agree R2 and V3 and then subtract integer number of V R1 and integer subset. So at the end, we need to make a calculation here somehow good enough for our analysis. Okay, and this related to a very well-known problem in number theory. So it's called the Gauss circle problem.
Is it C2 or is it 3?
This is 2. Yes. And this is one better because the picture really. Okay, so the Gauss circle problem exactly tell us about how we calculate the number of integer point with the right R into this. You calculate the cardinal. If you calculate the cardinal here, then to the leading order when R goes to infinity, you get area of the ball to be pi. Not surprising, but the question is, what can you say about the rostrum? And this would be big O of R to say 1 half epsilon for any epsilon positive. You have some okay, so this problem was by name first by Gauss, who actually proved that you can do the bound with a big O of R. But the proof actually not too difficult because the R is just equal to the perimeter of the ball, and you can convince yourself that you can get about. And but here we need a little bit better than that. We need some power smaller than 1 for our proof. But the conjecture here is this actually correct for any epsilon. And I think this force will first by how we land out for that value, because they can give argument tell you that you cannot do really square root of R here. So they get an argument about the lower bound that you need at least R to 1 half and log R to some power. And the best result now this given by Huxley by 2000, get a series of paper and a number now by 131. But we do read from the literature, and actually about 100 years ago people already got the power 2 thirds, and this is pretty easy. Maybe you study through the Poisson formula plus with some smooth techniques from Fourier transform. But you see this close to 0.6 something, and then after more than 1 hour people can go a little bit. But fortunately we don't need that sharp bound for any bound with the power is smaller than 1 so we sufficient. So let me now try to finish there. Then by using the result from that problem, then we know that the number there actually equal to now the difference of the 2 volumes, and this is what we want. If you look at the difference of this guy here, then you get so this equal to the pi, and then you get the R2 square and R1 square, and then you get for the big O R2 to get this to 1 epsilon. Okay, and then for our application, then with this choice, then the difference here is exactly equal to pi and L, because L is the difference of the 2 numbers there. And this one also good because it gives you something like big O of KF1 minus epsilon, provided that the protein here occurs actually smaller than KF. Okay, and this is exactly good enough. So now if we come back to this guy, then I can finish the proof here. So this one is smaller than the sum of L, right? And for any L, I calculate how many choices of the B I can put with this constraint. So first I get one of the L, and now the number given by us. So we get pi L, and then something like KF, 1 over epsilon. Okay? So the 1 over L and pi L is nice. Then we get cancel out, and the other also even nicer, because when you add the sum of 1 over L, you only get the log term. Right? So at the end, then you need to count how many L you have for this. Have some minimum. So you need to count how many L's. And for most of the natural situation, we would consider the case when we take absolute smaller than KF, and then it's like we had a upper bound like L should be smaller than. The other case will be easier, and then when inside this thing here, then this is. So I mean this a bit details, but I like this part, so this is why I come to some full explanation. Okay, so this more or less all of the ingredients we need for the upper bounds. So any questions so far? Before I go to something a bit bigger. Okay, so now let me finish the proof of the name theorem by going to the lower bound. And
I think there's a question.
yeah.
If L is bounded over by Kn,
Yeah.
what is the dimension of L?
L is the real number. This integer. So
we still need the summation.
yeah, so we have the sum here, right? And the sum here, then we get 1 of L, and we count how many B you have. And we count here already, then afterwards I just reply, then I don't have sum anymore, because it's actually the factor. Right, and then when you have the sum, then there are two contributions. The first one, the constant, but then you need to count how many L you have, and this is KF. And the other sum, you get 1 over L with this guy, 1 over L with the log term, and this guy together just smaller than KF. This is why we need the Gauss, the circle program, a little bit better than Gauss. Okay, so now for the lower bound, let me first explain maybe 1 or 2 difficulties why we cannot straightforwardly do the unitary gain formation in the upper bound. Okay, so for the lower bound, then it's remaining, but at least some difficulty they can highlight. So fast, we need some groups of real testing. So far talk about then I just explained that one of the main ingredients is to justify that we don't have so many excitation around the formula, and then we need to work hard together, don't go after money, so it must be no okay. But now for the lower bound, this is a bit harder because we need to justify for all possibility of the wave function. By the definition, the Gauss energy is the infimum on all possibility. And for that, you need to prove some good information for the Gauss type. But basically, we don't have so many helpful ones. So in a simpler situation, for example, if we have a case that's finitely supported, or if you get this condition, finite, then we do get a good power for excitation. Then it's pretty short to prove that this one get our Gauss type actually is smaller than. And this is the very important input to run the whole machinery of the organization. So this bound in this case, then this derived in the work of Benedicta and Porta, which is in the slide, was triangular, and also in the variable work of written sand, Hans, and then right. So the reason why this one helpful a lot from the fact that we can use the concept lemma. So in this form, actually extremely simple. So normally, concept lemma can refer to a little bit more situation when you get a singular potential. But in the regular case here, then we can use something like the sum of V K F, the sum of V Si and chase, and my different chase. Right? So if you want to calculate this, then first you write this like the sum of 1 over 2 of V Si and chase, or any I chase, and then you subtract for the decimal side. Okay? And now this one is nice because you can write it in the Fourier series. The sum of the I chase together with VK and e to the I k and si minus up to some volume factor that we count out, and then the same thing. And this guy here, now you get so the I is not the same with the index here. So that you can write this like L chase and the sum of L chase. Okay, and this one you can write this like the sum of VK S, and you get the sum inside with the L and e to the I plus L squared, and this non-negative. So this gives you a very good lower bound for the two body interaction potential, provided that the Fourier transform here is non-negative. So far, actually we didn't use this one yet, except from the fact that this condition ensure that the V0 also bounded finite. There is a bounded like the L1 norm of the Fourier transform. Okay, but now if we insert this bound in our analysis, then we get something like Hamiltonian will be bigger than Hamiltonian energy, and then we add with the kinetic energy. The one that we subtract the some before, and then we add with the S term, so something like 2 times the 2 pi 3, and then KF, and you get the sum over K of V let K, and inside you get exactly this term, the sum over L, L square, and subtract for L. Okay, so the reason we need to subtract from LK because this is part of the Hamiltonian energy. So obviously we need to, when you are inside the Fermi bond, you get the force operator, you need to do the optical hole interpretation, but afterwards, and you need to redo again to get this one. And then if you just use that this one is non-negative, you can bound everything here in terms of the E before, and then the kinetic energy, and go to some constant, then you subtract for the sum of the VKF over KF, and you get this will be the cardinal of the case. And we discovered already that the cardinal here more or less should be controlled by KF square into by KF. So when you insert there, you see that together this guy should be bigger than minus for KF, and then the sum of VK. This is exactly the reason why this condition helps a lot to get a good lower bound. And then this gives us first the lower bound for the correlation energy. So we know that the En bigger than E before, plus with the constant of the KF. But moreover, because here we have the kinetic energy, and this actually dominates the number of the excitation. You know, this bigger than half. And this is also one important reason why we need to restrict ourselves to the case of the finite gas. So the mean field helps us to get the spectral depth of the kinetic operator. And then together, yeah. You mean this part now? Yeah, I'm going to explain. It is a line. Okay, so now let me just explain this point answering question. This is actually the important one. So by definition, the negative operator, the one after we remove the Fermi ball, then we get the d square, ab error, ab for b outside the Fermi ball, and then subtract for d square and ab error, and b inside the Fermi ball. Right? So as I just explained before, then we know that it's actually not negative. But now we want to add a little bit more to discuss to control the number of expressions. And before then, I said that we can write it in the way you can see the non-negative property a bit easier by using the trick that the sum of AB, either AB can be outside the control to be the same with the sum of AB. Error will be inside the control. Right? And then this is actually what we define, we know it by NT, the number of expressions. And using this observation, now we see that if you like, you can just write this by the sum of b square minus a constant, say psi here, and you get the AB, the sum of size minus square AB error. So B inside here, B outside. Right? So this is actually true for any number we want to put there. But now we will choose the number in such a way that this guy and that guy is non-negative, then we can put absolute value instead of the brackets. So the absolute value hold if we can manage to choose the size. So let's say this one smaller than the infimum b when b outside the Fermi ball, and this is smaller than the supremum, or that is the maximum of b square when b inside. Right? So strictly speaking, here I only need a non-strict inequality, but I like the strict one because this is how to get a spectrograph. And then this is actually doable because we are assuming that the Fermi ball completely true. So you fill everything by n particle. So this means that if you want to jump out, then you need to go beyond that. And this means that the number here actually should be strictly bigger than the number there. But there are two integer numbers. So if I have different, say the gas should be at least 1, and then it's possible to make sure that you can get a strict inequality here. And actually, you can manage to get it so that the gap from there, they are both the same as they come up, if you like. So there is a number side I can choose so that everything is actually bigger than 1/2. Then put together, and I can say that this is actually bigger than. And this is very helpful. This is very specific for the midfield issue. If you come to modern English, you don't have this anymore. And this is why. Last time master more complicated. Okay, so apart from this, then using this estimate together with consider them, we see that if the potential V is regular enough, we are pretty happy. So we get the good power for this operation, and then we can try to implement all the work information. So this is not so easy for the second step, either for the double bounds, because we need to control all of the error from, and also particularly then the overwork information I talked to you was not do the full job, and you didn't really manage to manage to decide connected operator. So I will try to explain this point a little bit in detail because it's related become really serious for the singular potential. Okay. So fast then we don't get a very good the priori estimate. But now we find out and then it comes to the singular case. So say the column case. Okay, so in the column case actually we can prove similar about maybe the operator here because before anything the last is a kinetic operator there and last bit O after KF say to 1 so we lower a little bit, but it's still quite enough. And to get this, and then we use again the method that I explained before to get the bound for the two body density matrices. So we use again say the width of 4 to 1.3, but now we need a modification, and then we need to use the kinetic operator. So to be more precisely, if you look at the Bosonizer problem, something like VK head, and then you get a VK V dagger, and V, or maybe I'll put dagger here, VKB and VKQ, for example, if you see like that, K and VQ, right? So if you expand, you get a 4 operator A, but you can this like this one here. We put the dagger here size, then easier to remember. Then this one will be the AB dagger and AK right? And in this rule, then we certainly split this one with the rest. Right? So in the past, and then just split in what you saw in the upper bar here. But now we need to split in this way. So we say that this smaller than some epsilon, and then we get the sum of V square for K square of AB for B outside here is the rest one guys, and then we get the rest, so that's 1 minus, and inside we get the sum over V, reference the sum over K, and V K and Q, we had K, and we get the A V minus K, V K Q square this guy, and then this one and this 3, and I need to also divide for V square. Right, to be precise, I don't do the K, but I do the number side that I tell. It's explained this slightly better to say that in the denominator we never get something like here, and then just sit down to say that this one you can write this by minus of the conjugation square and not to the lower order. Okay, so this way actually really allow us to derive somehow like that. However, it's not good enough to conclude the lower bound. So the reason is even if you get about here to get some good information for the kinetics, but then if you want to do the probable argument for the kinetic operator, this is really painful. This is complicated. But using overall information, now, so to be more precise, just for some people who familiar with the proof, then the robot information I talked to you before, then if you do the E of K and then and E of minus K, so even heuristically, if you ignore level term, then you will get the raw state energy here, and then you get the operator like in the diagonal form, so you get the sum over K in Q, you get some operator, say E. So for the excitation, K in Q and AB, and B, AB, over E, Q. Right? So this what we would expect. However, it's not really true because in our heuristic argument, then at some point we replace the kinetic operator by the bosonic version. It's fine when you do the trial style because when you do the calculation, you want to see the combination. But the two operators are not the same, and regretfully, I need to add a difference. So the difference here is kinetic operator here. Subtract for the sum of K and BQ and the little s K and BQ. This is the diagonal of the lambda BKB. So this guy always there. For the upper bound, when you apply this to the Fermi C, you don't see. But now for upper bound, now for lower bound, we need to add it, but this actually had a good lower bound. And this guy really difficult to compare. So in particular, if you want to keep these guys, the best you can say is this flow to the gross energy, gross gas, kinetic, and then now you couple the two terms here together. You get the sum of K, BQ, you get the EK, SK, BQ, and VAB, BAQ. Right? So if we can show that this operator is non-negative, then it's very good. However, this might quite the case because from my choice of the kernel, then operator E, K is actually spectral equivalent to the operator like SK on half and then SK plus with the range 1 operator and SK 1/2 and together with the 1/2. This operator is actually nice because if you don't do anything clever, just say that range 1 is non-negative, then you get this SK and then you get together SK square with the square root, then everything here actually bigger than SK. However, the operator we obtain here, literally is not quite this operator. Something like the relation between this guy, like a star, and this guy looks like a star with some relevant operator. And then later, if you really want to transform a star to another star, you need another overplane formation. And this is actually very painful. So this is the second guy, this painful. This didn't appear in the first, in the upper part. And this is the reason why if we really have to do the second transformation, we don't know how to deal with the drawing work with the kinetic and so on. Okay, so how can we escape the situation? Then if you look at the general ideas here, right? For example, all of the polarization estimate we obtain actually nothing more clever than to complete some square. We need to complete the right square. For example, even in this case, we write this one like the square of the conjugation and then something lower order. So now, if we only care about the lower bound, why don't you try to do the complicated transformation? Why don't you find the right square to complete, and then we avoid all of the technical problems. And then this is the way that we can try to get at the result. Okay? So now we can instead of observing by literally we can try to complete some square. Okay? So okay, the main question is what the right square that we have to do. So if you can guess the right square, then the rest of the job should be pretty easy. Because if you get the right square, then the rest will be somehow lower on automatically. And to do this, then we do the following guess. So we can imagine that you get it. So imagine you get this one. Right? So if this one, roughly speaking, like the ground state energy is constant there.
You're missing a minus.
Yes. Let's put this in second. If you get this guys, and then you get kinetic operator, that's important, right? Put there. And then you add also some operator like that. So now we don't care about the real form of operator. Just think of this something like AK tilde, Q, and B, K, P, delta, UK. Okay. So now to get the right square, then we just put the transformation from the left to the right. That's this is free run to found as our Hamiltonian that equal to E now minus F, and then right by energy something precise. And okay, so the first one we don't need to care. For the next two terms, we need to sit down to this part. Right? So the last term actually easy. So for the last term, when you see the E to minus KF apply to the B operator and E to the KF. So if you really believe that B like the bosonic operator, you know how to calculate this one. So this gives you basically a B with so now the coefficient now determined by a combination, so that to make it short, and then we write this B and B, and I write it the C here. So C namely the hyperbolic cosine that you need to calculate within the kernel, and then you get the B dagger of the hyperbolic size. Okay. So this is the one that you would get if you get the perfect size. But now we only need to get a good answer. So that to formulate reply this one by last one. We know how to calculate this using example solid case. Okay. The more challenging part is the kinetic operator, which contains the sum of B square minus K square and AB delta AB. Right? Then if you look at the E to minus KF and AB and E to KF. So the minimum guess is you do the AB and then you add with the commutator AB and KF. Right? You might add further but this is the first correction you need to get. And the K here is explicitly given as on top of that. So this K with the B dagger, and so on. And then it's basically the one contained with the 2B, I mean the 4 operator A. So if you do the commutator, then you get the AB and plus another one called the DP. This is come to the 3A operator. That's all we precise, just 3A factor. Okay, so if you just do this setting, then now we can talk to get approximation. So this is equal to the ground by energy. And then now you get the sum of B squared minus size, the constant here, and then instead of now AB, you get the AB plus with the DB, the one with the 3A here. And then you know here when you get the B in the Fermi-Ball, maybe it's B here, and then let me do the notation by this guy with the tilde, with the interpretation that AB tilde equal to AB if B outside the Fermi-Ball or AB dagger if B inside the Fermi-Ball to make the notation consistent. Okay. And then afterwards, we get this guy here. So the sum of the EK tilde EQ, and then you get the B. Now we come with the B here. KB cosine plus B size, KB the data. You get the computation and you get the operator itself. So to be something explicitly we can calculate from the quest. But the question is whenever this is a good approximation, namely the next term should be of lower order than we can estimate. And it turned out that it's not quite. So to get this the real lower order, we need to set this guy also the dB to the plus and square. So I believe that if you add this guy here to this one, then you should obtain a lower. So this is you get a lower order. And then reversely, then if I do the full Hamiltonian, then not yet, I can do this. So here is not the full mass of the Sn, but only the personalizable mass. Of the Sn, we can think of this part, the 9 square, and then some lower order term. Okay, but it's not surprising because the way we started with, this come from the boson, the nice part. And then for the full guys with the non-bosonizable part. Then we need for the correction. Okay, but new correction also come with a square like that. So put differently now, I need to replay this one by another one, but still had a form of the 3A. Right? And I need to replace the D by another one. So it's in particular, I think here this pretty nice that at least in this form you see the combination of 1 plus with 3. It's exactly the story of 5 with 1 plus 3 all the time. And it turned out to be very helpful for us. Okay, so I think this at least the outline of the lower bound. So, is there any question? Okay. So if not, then I think I can use the last 10 minutes to talk about some open question and what I think broadly can be done within the personalization level. Beginning, and I mentioned two famous formula from physics, namely we had the Gelman-Ruppner formula, where the correlation energy is found with the rho plus rho and plus rho in terms of limits. And even we get this analog in the midfield regime, but there's still a long way to understand what happened in the thermodynamic limit. In particular, in thermodynamic limits, there are two extra difficulties we need to deal with. So first, then we have the spectrograph of the kinetic operator, and second, we need to deal with the long range nature of the Coulomb potential. Right. So when we deal with the midfield regime, actually we deal with the singularity of the Coulomb, but as explained already by Tom and Pi, and then in the random phase approximation, you need to see kind of the screening effect of the Coulomb that will really live on the long range nature, and it's difficult. Okay, and the second question is the NGUYEN formula for the ground state energy in the low density limits. Right. So here is for the high density. little rho and rho under infinity, and on the other side for the low density, then you need to modify this. And then I already explained that this had a flow relation to the Dinh formula that we already understood for the system. But I prove in this for Young there still difficult. So in particular, we need to understand, or we need to take into account like the scattering length. And then we hope that the ideas we learn from bosonic picture will be very helpful if we find a good way to couple with bosonization techniques. So now with Christian Robert and Remember in this, we are working on that, but not yet finished. Okay, and the third question is about the excitation spectrum. So far, I only explained the ground energy, but then also a very nice revision on what we should obtain for the excitation spectrum there. This is a bit more difficult than the one for the bosonic pictures because we don't get really the separate between the many low-lying eigenvalues. But at least in some settings, we can try to say something. Right? So let me remind you the pictures that in general is bare plus up to a unitary transformation, then our Hamiltonian look like some ground identities that now we don't care anymore, and now we add with a kinetic operator, right? And then we add with something like the sum of k with q, and then we get the e k with q as the plot for sk. Q, then V diagonal. So at least in the setting of the regular potential, we can mark this expression. Right here. Okay, and if you consider the right hand side as an operator in Fock space, then still you cannot say anything on the spectrum of this operator. That is complicated. But you can observe that the contribution from that side this is actually not the same with the kinetic operator, but not too far either. So actually you can write this exactly equal to the following form. So this equal to n e minus 1, actually minus n e minus 1 the kinetic operator. And then last with the sum k dq, and we get the ek dq and v dkq. So the ek is the nice operator that we think like this. So the one that I wrote here, this vector equivalent with this something you can really calculate the whole spectrum. Okay, so now in particular, if you restrict yourself to the situation when n e equal to 1, then you only allow one excitation around the Fermi wall. Then now this becomes much nicer. It's equal to G gross energy. Now this one disappears. Then you can look with the second guy. And moreover, the second guy now as an operator on Fock space restricted to this chapter. You can show explicitly the spectrum. And then so this operator where the spectrum now really you can write the decomposition of the spectrum. And by shifting to calculate the spectrum of EK, we can recover many prediction from physics. So in particular, if we just formally calculate this one for the Coulomb case, then we recover the prediction of form and bias for the excitation spectrum. So they have the separate thing between the regular potential and Coulomb potential. description for the class. So you draw the spectrum of those operator. You see something like the following. So you get something like consumer spectrum. Over there, and then something like special spectrum apart from there. So something like the largest eigenvalue of operator D is completely different from the rest. And they had a nice interpretation how to connect this to the plasmon interpretation. And the last issue, maybe very now, is the question for the quantum dynamics. So actually, there are many questions, but the two separate questions I would think is the first, the derivation of the quantum kinetic operator, kinetic equation. Like quantum Boltzmann equation, for example. And the second one is the derivation of the Blasov version. So for both, I think Boltzmann might have a chance to contribute. So in particular, for example, the quantum kinetic equation. So this is a situation where you look at the really long-term behavior, say the kinetic time, and then it's difficult. But the Boltzmann tells us that if we can replace the Hamiltonian by the effective one down to the quadratic in terms of B, in terms of the bosonic features, then this is actually the quadratic Hamiltonian. And you know that if you get a solution of the quadratic generator and it's pretty nice, and if you start from a positive crystalline, you always inside the positive crystalline. And then I think this might be a way to go to a pretty long time. However, so far we cannot evolve the visualization for such a long time period. And then second, for the Blasov bosons, then again, it's the question concerned to the long-term dynamics. Not kinetic time, it will be shorter, but still for the prolonged interaction, and then it's difficult. But some ideas there, it seems like we might learn something to denormalize the potential. Okay, so this is all on my side. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much. Some questions, comments? Yeah.
So you mentioned excitation spectrum. Is it clear that the full excitation spectrum consists only of these bosonic excitations? I mean, but there are also excitations which are difficult to capture with this.
Right, yeah, no, we don't know.
So this feedback you draw, that is plasma and so on, these are only the bosonic.
Yeah, this account in this part. And so the main problem is we don't have any there. So it's really hard to say anything for the error can enter anywhere.